Alright.
Hello. Welcome in everybody. How are we all feeling today?
Oh shit, you subscribed.
Literal rangers. Jesus Christ.
Literal rangers.
How do we start off like this?
Yeah, look. I'm sitting here getting told I'm a literal ringer at the beginning of a podcast that I've got with one of my buddies. What the hell a bit?
I will not stand for this, but welcome. Welcome, Tony. Thank you for the sub. Hey.
Nice. How was your holiday? We'll start with let's say, hey, this is the week that we don't usually do it. From what I remember, we decided to.
Yeah, because last week we were supposed to do it, but obviously I wasn't here.
Yeah, so we're gonna continue doing it the weeks that we usually do it. From what I can remember us talking about last.
Yeah, so we'll do it. We'll do it again next week, and
then go back to the 2 week.
The week after.
Yeah. Hell yeah! So let's address the elephant in the room. So the Queen died. And she was something else. I tell you, she would have loved to have been on the podcast. I reckon she would have.
We
loved
were.
to have been out with us.
We were in talks. We were very close to securing her guest appearance, and then
as the first and after that the only guest on Bit of Content.
Yeah.
Because if once we got her, we'd made it.
Yeah.
You know, all that we needed to do after that was get a fucking one of these sponsorships.
One of
the
these sponsors.
Look, I'm really fucking hungover, so I wouldn't mind cracking this open.
Oh, let's do it now. Do it now. Wait, let's get our thumbnail.
Hold on.
Oh, where's?
Oh, get this out of the way.
Are we clinking it?
We're clinking and we're drinking. Shouts out, fucking Buttons and Brews.
Okay.
Nice. Hell yeah. But yeah, the Queen died. Haha. How have you been though, mate? What's been what's the last 3 weeks look like for you?
Went overseas. Went to the Cook Islands. Went to Rarotonga. Went to the motherland. Had a very good time. Had a very relaxing time, and am now back here. Got a lot of sun. Got prepped for summer. But now I'm back and back working. You know.
Yeah.
And it's good. It was good to get a bit of time off and relax a lot.
Yeah. There's a difference between getting time off and doing a whole bunch of shit versus getting time off and actually relaxing, not having to worry about anything. But yeah, I get that. I can get behind that. Nice. Very nice.
But
and
that's essentially all I've been up to since last time. I went away for 8 days. Had to wear Had to wear a mask on the plane, which was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But now look at New Zealand now. Look at us.
They're like, fuck it. The Queen died. We don't have to do anything anymore.
She was the only one we were trying to protect this whole time.
I reckon low key she was dead for like a couple of weeks before they.
You reckon?
Before they called it. Yeah, hell yeah. Absolutely. I reckon like there was a point at like maybe earlier this year where I was like, no one's seen the Queen, like no one's seen her in like a month. I reckon she died in February, and just now announcing
you went from a couple weeks to fucking 7 months ago.
Look, as I start talking through the conspiracy theories, they start to get more grandeur behind them.
Right.
Like, no doubt in my mind.
We'll revisit that later on and see how long ago it actually was.
Yeah, true. Actual facts. Cool, man. Did you ended up doing anything like? Because I've never been to any of the Cook Islands or anything like that.
Mm.
So what is there to do there? What do you do there except for hang out?
I mean, there's not an insane amount of stuff to do. So the Cook Islands, for anyone who doesn't know, is like a group of islands in the Pacific Islands. Like there's like Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, the Cook Islands. There's probably some other ones that I'm forgetting. But the Cook Islands itself, there's like Rarotonga, which is the main island, the biggest one. And then there's different islands which are like short flights away, which all make up part of the Cook Islands. So my mum is from Aitutaki, which is probably the most beautiful place I've ever seen. And it's the second time I've ever been there. I went when I was 15, I think, because we had like a family reunion over there. And at the time I was 15, and it's like I'm a piece of shit little teenager, so the whole time I'm just like, why am I here? Like, why did I have to come here? This is just the beach. We have beaches at home. Blah. And then, this time when I went,
is true. Like, you weren't wrong.
No, I wasn't wrong. And all I remember when I was younger is like I went and I took my PSP and I took Tekken Dark Resurrection, and that's all I played the whole time. I was just playing Tekken Dark Resurrection on my PSP while in Rarotonga sitting at the beach. Like, this is the fucking worst time of my life. But it was fucking just a little shithead kid.
Just as an FYI, during this story, Luca decided to walk in and just piss all over the carpet. So...
You pulled that bottle out of nowhere.
I'm just kidding. You keep talking, I can hear you, but I'm just cleaning this up.
But as a grown man now, I had a lot more appreciation for it. And it was a much more impactful time. Because, like, yeah, growing up, I'd never been that into the Cook Island culture or anything like that. My sister is much more into it than I am. Like, she's got a master's degree in Pacific Studies, and she's doing a lot in that side of things. But I was just like, yeah, I'm half Cook Island. That's the end of it. I'm half brown. He. Whoo.
Yeah, it does. Like, it's real funny because like every time we, sorry, I'm just gonna time we, because I'm from, like, my family's originally from Rotorua, so it's a lot of like whenever we went there, like when I was younger, I was like, you get to go in car for 7 hours and hang out with my cousins, and then as it got, like, when I got a little bit older, I was like, ugh, I have to sit in the car for 7 hours. I just want to play Ratchet and Clank up your arsenal.
What the
fuck? So I get it. But like now going there, it's like I have a real appreciation, not for Rotorua, but like the place. So my nana, my granddad owned he owned a place in Rotorua, and so we'd go there, and now Nana owns it. And it used to be like, it used to have, I'll put it this way, there was a lot of character in that house. Wasn't the flashiest thing in the world, but it wasn't horrible. And now they've like recently done a whole bunch of work to it. It's like every time I go there, I'm like, man, this is very nice. I'm glad that I have this. Like that's something that I can always think back fondly of. But I agree. As a 15-year-old, I just wanted to play PlayStation. I just want to play Dexter on PSP.
Why can't I play Agent Clank all day? No, but the thing about the main thing is, like, I think because when I was 15, when we got back from the Cook Island, because we were there the first time we went, I think we were there for like 2.5, 3 weeks, so it was a long time.
Yeah.
And when we got back to New Zealand, my PSP stopped working. And so the whole time I'm like, fucking go overseas and break my PSP. I honestly think it was because it was just too humid that
Yep.
it just died. Like we got back and it
Yeah.
just stopped working. And I'm like, well, this is great.
So you'll always have that innate hatred for the Cook Islands because it broke your PSP.
Yeah, it broke my PSP.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's PSP broke, but mostly because like I remember our one broke because my little brother threw it at me. Like he got angry and he threw it at me. But we had like the original, like one of the original PSPs, so those fucking hefty handhelds.
I can't remember how I convinced my dad. I don't know if it was like my birthday or something, but
Yeah.
I remember getting it either the day it came out or very soon after it came out. And I have very vivid memories of going home, laying down on my bed and watching Triple X The Next Level.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Spider-Man 2. And I was like, oh my God, I'm watching a movie on this little screen.
Yeah, I think mine was South Park.
Yeah.
I have like a really distinct memory of watching the South Park movie on my PSP. But we got I remember getting ours for Christmas. I'm pretty sure. So it would have been like it was like obviously a family gift, right? But it was really me getting something, and I was like, but yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. That's quite funny. What was your favorite PSP game?
Funnily enough, Crisis Core, which is
that would make sense. Yeah.
getting remade and re-released in December. I think they said that's when it comes up.
I think mine was. There was like I can't remember. There were a couple of games that like popped into my head as soon as I asked you that, and I was like, oh yeah, that was pretty cool. I remember playing Dexter and being like a basic killing the bugs. But I reckon it was probably it was probably Tekken. I played so much, like genuinely so much.
That would probably
Tekken
be
on
my
that.
second game because I played a lot of Tekken.
Yeah, mostly because I wanted to get Jin with the big snowboard on his back.
Yeah, I was always grinding to try and get like the cool cosmetic stuff.
Cosmetics
But
and stuff, yeah.
I just remember my mate at school. He was the first person to jailbreak his PSP, and so I got him to do that for mine. And then once he did that, I like never really got PSP games. I just played PS1 games, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's what I remember mainly doing on it, was just playing PS1 games a lot.
Sick. Man, that's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Like, that was so like the innovation of the PSP was so pivotal at that point in time, and then but it would never beat Nintendo. It would never have been able to beat like the Game Boy, you know.
No.
But it was very cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah, I remember my mate was like, because he did the same thing. He had like a jailbroken PSP, but he jailbroke it so that he could download a whole shit ton of porn on his PSP. And he was like, check this out, and you just like in the middle of class just flip it over and it's just fucking
18 naked cowboys
and Ram Ranch. Yeah, it was good. But he also, I think he might have like originally jailbroken it so that he could have really cool backgrounds. Like you could download mean ass backgrounds, and it was like Crisis Core, like Advent Children or whatever. That was going on. So I was like, that's epic. That's very epic. Cool, man. Nice.
So what about you? What have you been up to?
Oh fuck! I have been busy. I have been a busy boy. I keep coming back to like there's just not enough time in the fucking day for like anything anymore. So I haven't been streaming as much as I used to be streaming over the last few weeks, but that's mostly because I've been going to the gym. And so I have to figure out what days we can stream and what days we can't. But Iz keeps telling me that I'm too busy. And I go, you're right.
What is your point?
And I continue doing what I'm doing. But I mean, outside of that, bro, we're just it's been good. I finally, after many a moon the waiting, have started to play Dark Souls 3, which
Yes.
has been good, and I'm happy that I'm at it because um uh I have been like I'd been wanting to play it since like I've beat DS2. Um but every time I was like, cool, I'll start doing it shortly. I was just like, like Dark Souls 2 really took it out of me, and I was like, oh fuck, I can't use, like, I can't go from Dark Souls 2 directly into Dark Souls 3 because
Yeah.
I'll just hate every second of it. So, I started playing that, but every time I like streamed, I was like, should I stream Dark Souls today? Should this be the one? Um, but I'm glad that I went through all of the fables, played a little bit of Call to the Lamb, which is what I wanted to do, and now we're here.
Fuck. I forgot how long it's been since you played Dark Souls 2. Well,
Mm,
like the fact that you managed to go through the 3 Fable games
yeah, yeah.
and then go
Well,
back to Dark Souls.
there was reason why I had to go through the Fable games so quickly. Because it was about a month. Right, it would have been like legit had to have been a month because
Oh, Game Pass, right? Yeah.
I got Game Pass, so it's been a month since I played Dark Souls,
Mm,
or
mm.
just over a month since I played Dark Souls 2. But yeah, I low key like the Dark Souls 3 has this really unique charm to it. Um, and like every time I play like the first area, I'm always like, oh, this is a very very good game. Like it just feels like, even though people had goo goo gaga moments about it, it was very good. Was very good, I should say. And now that the servers are up, I can actually like, because like Pike said he'd jump in if I ever needed it. I'm not going to summon in people until like it's a point where I'm just smashing my head against the wall and I can't do anything. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I I played a lot of that game co-op.
Oh
Um
yeah, yep.
and other than the Ringed City DLC, which I did by myself, but
Hmm.
I played a lot of it with old workmates. And
Mm.
it was a fun time, but it was like there was 3 of us, and
Yeah, yeah,
it made some of the boss fights super easy
yeah,
having 3
yeah.
people there.
Well, like even if I had summoned in for the Abyss Watcher, like because I was staggering him with like every single hit, right?
Yeah.
So like he like as soon as I got him into a combo, there was no stopping. Like I was just going whack whack, and like if you've got like 2 people just doing that, you're just bullying the dude.
Yeah.
Like you're smacking, then you run away and get your stam up, and then they start smacking. Yeah, I can see why that would be make it quite easy. I did want to try. There was a part of me that wanted to fight the dancer,
Like
right
off
at the
the rip.
beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
I I've
I
never been
don't.
able to do it.
No. Ah, fuck. Oh, damn. I'm sure I've got it saved. I'll check it in the Discord if I have got it saved. But there's this crack up as photo of this guy. Like English is clearly his second language, and he's talking about. I do have it. It goes. He posted in the Dark Souls 3 subreddit. Goes. I defeat Dancer. It were 3 hours of unstoppable deaths. I learned every move she does. I hit her ass 1,000 times. I even jerk off to her yesterday. It is so empty here. I miss her. I was like, I was just like, I was just sitting there being like, fuck, because it would be a whole. It would be like, it wouldn't be 3 hours. Like I would just be sitting there smashing my head against the wall over and over again and doing nothing. Because even during, I think it might have been Scott's like first attempt at a 24-hour stream.
Mm.
Uh, him and Joel,
I remember that. I remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
were trying to do that and they just couldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff.
It's funny because you can spend so much time trying to kill her, at the start and take forever. But then when you find, like, when you are meant to fight her and you come back, it's nowhere near that difficult because you're doing as much damage as you should actually
You're
be
doing the damage that you're actually meant to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's cool. I decided that I wanted to end the same way that I started, and that's as a strength build. But I figured since I've played through legit like every single one of them, and at no point did I ever use the Moonlight Greatsword, I figured, you know what, let's
I was
take
honestly
one
so
at a
surprised
time.
when I popped into your stream and you weren't doing like just a pure strength build.
Yeah. I well, the only reason that I decided to do that was because I played through fucking 3, 1, 2, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, Sekiro, Bloodborne. I played through all of them and I got the Moonlight Greatsword in each of them, but I never used it. So it only made sense to do it here since it's like the pivotal part of it's been such a pivotal part in all of the Souls games. I don't know how to get it though, that's the issue. So I need to have a look at that.
Yeah, I can't remember how to get it in Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
I remember, like, I just remember when I was doing strength, I used the Fume Ultra Greatsword, which is ridiculous, and that thing was fun.
You can get it pretty early, right? Like early as in like you get into like the 3rd or 4th area.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And you're able to get it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a part of me that was gonna do just a pure strength, like fucking tank, all that shit, do all that good stuff, but who knows at this point. We'll see. I definitely I want to at least try and use the Moonlight Greatsword, but I don't know. I've never used it before, so I don't know what it's actually like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to. That work in the gym and going to the gym.
Jimothy
Chalamet. Hey, did you watch any movies while you were on the plane?
Well, they were all stuff that like was already available on the internet. So there was like Top Gun Maverick, which I'd already seen. I watched that not long before I went. And have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen the first one?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen the first one. Top Gun, like I know your opinion on Tom Cruise, but Top Gun Maverick is fucking sick.
Yeah,
like,
I've
it's
heard
such
that
a
it's really
fucking
good.
sick movie. Like,
well, even Top Gun, like the original Top Gun, it's like a really good movie.
Yeah,
because it is a very, very, very good movie, and but my issue with Top Gun is that it's just again more army propaganda. That's literally what it is, right?
it is, but I like obviously because it's about the Air Force, but they don't really ham-fist it as much as a lot of other similar films, and they don't like it's just they don't beat around the bush with anything. Like, there's no bad guy. Like, it's just, this is a mission we need you guys to do. This is training up for the mission. Go do the fucking mission. And then the movie ends. Like, it's like, there's the mission.
Have to go in and kill.
Help train these people to do the mission. And then they go off and do the mission and the movie ends. It's like, it's very straightforward, but it's just, it's fucking jets, man. Like, jets are fucking cool.
That like prototype jet that they were showing off, that's like a real thing that they like had been made. And the scene where he like flies over the like shed with that dude.
That actually happened there.
Roof rips off.
Yeah.
That's real. That wasn't like a thing that they did. It just did that and they didn't expect it, so they kept it in. I was like, that's fucking cool. Jets are cool. My cousin's in the Air Force, so shouts out Devin for being in the Air Force.
Hell
Billy
yeah.
Mavericks. But yeah, this is cool stuff. That's
the New Zealand version.
I the idea of like it's not that I don't want to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to watching it. But I also, my opinion
Yeah. And
on Old
then
Mate.
I didn't watch that. I didn't really watch anything on the plane. I just
Yeah.
listened to music on my phone. But
Yep.
on the way back, I watched the first 20 minutes of what's it called? The Harry Potter sequel, well, prequel movies. The what's
The
it called?
Stranger Beasts one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched the 20 minutes of the Secrets of Dumbledore thing, and I was just like, this is fucking boring.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. So I don't know, but yeah, it was not a lot of movies, mostly just listening to music and stuff. And what I did do before I went over though was I downloaded some stuff onto my phone from Netflix, like
Mm-hmm.
because like Studio Ghibli movies, I've never actually watched any of them
Oh
in
yeah.
full.
Yep.
So I downloaded not all of them, but I downloaded a few of the ones that are on Netflix at the moment.
Mm.
And I watched for the first time. I watched Princess Mononoke,
Yep.
Spirited Away,
Mm-hmm.
and another one. What was the other one I watched?
Howl's Moving Castle.
No, that's still
Totoro?
downloaded on my phone. Totoro, yeah.
Yeah.
And out of those, I like them all, but out of
Yep.
those, I fucking really like Princess Mononoke.
Oh, it's great. It's my favorite Ghibli film, like, of all time. There's just something very like, how do I know? There's something about the movie that just makes me be like, I am happy. I like
Mm,
to watch, but it also just looks great. Like it looks like for something that came out in the early 2000s, like still holds up. I want to get a. There's a part of me that wants to get a Ghibli tattoo as well. I just don't know what one.
mm.
Or what I want. Uh, but yeah, very cool. Very cool. I
But yeah,
like that when he picks up Mononoke and he's like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving the same way that I came in, and that's through the front gate. And they're like, no, she can't go. You can leave if you want, but you can't take her. And he's like, I'm going, whether you want me to or not. And they fucking shoot him, and he just
yeah.
keeps walking like a fucking badass. Holy! I was like, you are epic. What's his name? Fuck, what's the main character's name?
I can't remember.
Mononoke. Holy shit! It came in 1997.
Yeah,
Holy.
Ashitaka.
That's it. And John Malagio plays
DiMaggio.
Gonza, the
Yeah.
DiMaggio, sorry. Uh plays Gonza, who's the guy uh who sells them the big gun that kills the
Mm.
dude. Yeah. Very epic. Yoji, I think that's his name. No, Ashitaka. Yoji is the person who voiced him. There we go. We got there.
Gotcha.
We got
Gotcha.
there. Very epic. But yeah, I love that. Love that movie. Love, love, love.
Yeah. Out of the ones I watched, that so far is my favorite one.
Yep. Did you enjoy Spirited Away?
Not as much as I thought I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was good, but that I feel like that's the most famous one, right? Like that's the biggest one. So I don't know, maybe I went into it with too high of expectations because of how popular it is, but there was nothing wrong with it. I was just like, that was cool, but I still think
I
Princess
think that's
Mononoke's better.
the. I think you're right. Like going into that movie, like with the amount of praise that everyone gives it, that like I can understand being like, it's good. It is good. It's just not what I expected it to be. I thought low key that Faceless Man was going to be way more important.
Yep.
Considering how many people are like, Faceless Man, so cool. He eating. Um, but yeah, it's a I don't know. I get that. I just think Mononoke is better.
Yep.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Um.
that's what I watched, and I downloaded because I started watching What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show,
Yeah. Yeah.
before leaving, and so I downloaded like all the seasons onto my phone. But then when I got
Mhm.
to Rara, they didn't work. So I'll get to it. I'm like halfway through season 1, and it's fucking hilarious. So
Yeah. I the dude what's his name? Damn, what's his name? He's the English guy. I mean, they're all of them are English, I should say.
what's his name
But
in the show?
I can't even remember his name in just real life.
Matt Berry is his name.
Matt Berry.
Yeah,
That's it. Fuck, he cracks me up, man.
yeah,
He's very very funny.
yeah.
And he's like genuinely a good actor as well. Like very very well
And
cast.
like everything he's in, he just
Yeah,
cracks me up.
yeah. New York City. Anyway, that's cool. I've been meaning to watch it, but uh I legit just haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah,
That's all.
this is the
Yeah.
same as me. Like
Yeah.
I see it and I'm like, oh yeah, I should watch that. And then
Mm.
every now and then I'll see like a clip on YouTube
Yep.
or something, and I'm like, oh fuck, that looks funny. But then I just
Yeah.
never start watching it. So I sat down the other week and actually just started watching it, and it
Uh
is funny.
the movie is also
Yes, the
very
movie's
very
fantastic.
it's actually got one of the best like quotable like lines in any film ever. And it's the one where he's like, would you
The
we think of
sandwich
it
one,
like yeah.
yeah,
You'd enjoy it much more if you knew someone hadn't fucked it before.
yeah. It's fantastic.
Oh god, comedic genius. Good old Tiki Waitiki.
Tiki tiki kawa tiki ti. It's that and the circle of shame, which I'll never like forget.
Circle of shame.
You know, where like they take him outside and they just walk around him, pointing at him, going shame.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I can't remember the lead up to it, but they like make it seem like
Yeah.
this really serious thing, and then it just hard cuts to them outside going shame. Shame. That pissed me up, pissed me
It's
up,
also
made me
it's
piss.
just it's just one of those things as well that's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like it's also like the movie is also very well like cast and shot. Like it's a because it's a documentary style, right? So like those hard cuts are like in any other circumstance would be the weirdest thing in the world, but they're so fucking funny. Um, so I'm a big happy whenever I watch it. Uh,
have
what
you watched
else?
anything recently?
Oh, the beer.
Oh
Which I was gonna
yeah,
ask you how you felt about it.
still haven't finished it, but it's
Mm.
I think like episode 4 or something. Like,
Yep.
and it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's
And
another one of those ones where I'm like, it's edited really, like the pacing is really good.
yeah, yeah. Everything matters.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on is like you're not seeing like an additional thing that doesn't make that's irrelevant.
Mm.
Um, but I'm not sure if episode 4. Have you got to the episode where they do the delivery? Do the delivery stuff?
Not yet. The
Okay.
last thing I remember is they were like talking about it, and
Yep.
then yeah,
Yeah. I won't go into any detail, but I genuinely like I don't know why anyone ever in a million years would want to be a fucking chef, honestly.
no,
It seems like there's so little reward out of doing something like that, right?
mm.
But I guess,
You
one of those
have to
things.
be passionate about it.
Yeah, definitely. If you're not passionate about it, then why are you doing it, right? But it's like even the show, like, just shows how fucking stressful everything is, and like I don't get that like guttural reaction often when I'm watching stuff, but watching that show gives me like a just guttural like, oh god, fuck that. Like, you couldn't pay me enough money to do shit like that. Like, stressed me out
Mm.
watching it, and I don't like. I would never put myself. I would never be in that situation, and it still stressed me out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one of those things. But yeah, I had finished that. It was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Cool.
What else have we been watching? Watching Sweet Life on Deck at the moment.
Why?
Edge just puts it on, and I just sit there and stare at the TV. Don't absorb anything. Just sit there.
The fuck?
Uh,
Wait, what?
what do you mean?
Is this a meme?
No, I'm fully like, she is watching
Is it
Sweet
on
Life
Disney
on
Plus?
Deck. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Why not the normal one, the original one?
She finished the original one.
Oh, okay. It's moved on to the sequel.
Yes, yeah.
Gotcha.
I think some of the jokes that they make didn't age very well,
No.
but you know, that's all right. It is what it is. And outside of that, we're just watching House of the Dragon. I haven't watched the newest episode of that yet, and She-Hulk, which we also haven't watched. But we are going to do that tonight. We're also going to watch Nope.
Is it out on something, or do you just have it?
It's out on something.
You have it.
Mm.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
we will leave it there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we'll watch that. So I've heard mixed reviews on Nope.
His movies do get mixed reviews though,
I thought
don't they?
Get Out and Us was like really well received, were they not? I mean, I
think
know Get Out
in
was.
in general, I think they are. I guess I haven't looked much into Nope, but I guess is this one more controversial or more not in line
I
with
think
the
it's just
last two?
not done as well as the other two.
Right.
Like there's a so I watch I listened to Super Mega's podcast, and they talked about seeing Nope at the movies, and they were like, it is not Peele's best film.
Right. Okay.
There are parts of it, the pacing is very weird, and there are parts of it that like there's a storyline that is implemented, and they talk about it, and it's never resolved. Like it just like, it's almost like it got cut out of the movie, like the resolution of that. So it's a lot of, I think it's just a lot of that sort of stuff. So weird pacing, weird storytelling. But I think people just expect a lot from him, particularly when it comes to like after he had dropped.
Yeah, from what he's done so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be the same as how people were expecting a lot from Love and Thunder.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a sign of the time. So I think a lot of like Love and Thunder would have fucking popped off like 5 years ago. You know, it would have been because it had Scream Goats Random.
To be fair, we were just watching it before. And I don't find it, like, I know people fucking hate that movie. Like,
yeah,
people hate it. And watching it again, I'm like, I mean, it's not the greatest movie, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
There are bits where I'm still like, fuck, why did you do it? But it's like, in general, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I wanted it to be more. I think is what, like, because Ragnarok was great, and if it was anything like that, it would have been fine. But I just feel like, I think we've talked about this a little bit before, and it just seems like a lot of the like jokes didn't land well. There was just stuff like that I feel like as a comedy director, you would think that he would be funnier, you know? Screaming goats and a hard New Zealand accent doesn't equate to funny,
Nah.
in my opinion.
But we've talked about Ragnarok. We don't have to
Yeah.
go. Oh, not Ragnarok. Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder, yeah. What else have we been watching? Haven't finished She-Hulk yet, but I don't imagine it's going to be anything too crazy. I don't like it.
Nah.
And I don't like it because it's boring.
I've sort of had the self-realization that I am not the target audience for that show.
Yeah, definitely.
But the annoying thing is they'll make MCU shows that you're not the target audience for, but because it has a direct relation to everything else going on in the MCU, you kind of need to watch it.
Yeah.
To make sure you know what's going on.
Well, I've been told that is this the last episode?
I'm not sure. I haven't watched the recent one yet.
I know that Daredevil shows up. Like, Netflix Daredevil shows up.
Oh, he's not Netflix Daredevil.
Sorry, he's Disney Plus Daredevil.
Because I was seeing that they had to really confirm, they had to lay it out for everyone that the Daredevil series that's coming to Disney Plus is not related to the one that was on Netflix. It's not like the next season of it's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
It's just using the same actors.
Yeah. Cool. I also just don't think it looks very good.
No.
For a multi-billion-dollar company who are sinking money into all of this Marvel stuff, you would have. Why did they make it look so bad? It does it this the CG of her.
It's not terrible, but it's not as good as it should be.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. Why does it look the way that it looks? I guess is the best way of putting it. I fully there's this bit in one of the, I think maybe the third or fourth episode, where she's walking into her office and it looks so weird, just fully uncanny valley style, doesn't look right. Everything looks very boxed to the point where it's almost like, did you ever see the meme of Guts and the newer remakes where they make him walk away?
No,
I don't know how to word it.
No, so, I haven't seen it.
He's in the bottom right hand side of the screen, and they to make him look like he's walking away, they just move his model up and down. That's what it looks like, but he's not moving. It's very odd. I'll send you a video of it so that you can have a watch. But that's kind of what the vibe that I was getting from it.
Right.
Walk in. 2016. Guts said, here it is. I'm not going to tell you what he says. I'm just going to let you watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Outside of that, nothing really has been sparking my interest a whole lot. I am not feeling any movies right now. But we'll see. I was talking to one of the guys yesterday, at the bar around Everything Everywhere All at Once. And they were like, "Oh, what's it like?" And I was like, I don't think I can explain it to you. I think you need to watch it yourself. And I was like, you can't really. I was like, I can't. How do I? It's like, oh, there's this one bit where they're just rocks, and it's just. I was like, that movie's if I were a man in touch with my emotions, I'd be weeping. I'd be absolutely weeping. And she's like, I can't fathom what you're talking about right now. And I was like, that's why you need to watch it.
Everyone
Yeah,
should watch it. It's a
yeah, it's great.
fantastic movie.
It's great. Yeah, I reckon that's probably the best movie to come out this year.
Mm.
I would say. I don't think I've watched anything nearly as good as it. Um, what else is there? Yeah, I haven't watched anything like any movies recently. This has been kind of on a horror film buzz, and there's a part of me that wants to rewatch the Insidious movies and the Conjuring movies as well. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. Not
Yeah, I
much
think
like in the ether at the moment, right?
because Megan really likes the horror genre, and she
Mm.
wants to because there's that network Shudder, but
Mm.
I don't know if you can get it in New Zealand.
I don't think you can. Um,
And she's seen a lot of ads for the shows that are on there, and she really wants to get it, but you can't get it here. So
yeah, got to get a VPN. Shouts out to NordVPN.
this
Um,
podcast episode is sponsored
just
by the
sponsored by
Queen VPN.
Nordcast.
Her Royal Highness's VPN.
Her Royal Highness can play on her gold-plated Wii, from the comfort of her home, and all the hackers will see she's in Russia. Epic. Do you know that Wii? She had like a 24 karat gold Wii given to her by Nintendo, and it works. And they turned it on, and she had been playing
Like,
it.
what was she playing?
Wii Sports.
Jesus.
So
Well, that's
good.
what killed her, isn't it?
Yeah, just too much. Yeah. Um,
Strike.
and everyone in the background jumps and does a spin. Um, yeah. Hey, why don't we talk about state of play and Switch thing?
So yeah, so I didn't watch Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
I saw bits and bobs about what's coming. I did watch State of Play, and I don't know if it's just no, it won't be just me, but like there seems to be kind of a resurgence of old school samurai games,
Yes.
like because there was that Yakuza game, um, Ishin or whatever
Yeah.
it's called. There's Rise of the Ronin,
Yeah.
which because Team Ninja are making Rise of the Ronin, and then they're also making another game that looks very similar to that for Xbox.
Yeah.
At the same time, they're making both of those, so I'm like, that's pretty crazy. Um, so there's like 3 games all set in like sort of similar times in Japan, which are coming out. But obviously, the main thing that everyone was really excited about for the PlayStation 1 at least was God of War.
Yeah.
Um, I enjoyed the trailer, but at the same time, I was like, I didn't really need to see that much. Like,
Yeah.
I would have been fine not seeing as much as what I saw
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that
I
trailer.
can get behind that. Or like,
Um,
I think I would have rathered more of a gameplay
Gameplay,
side of
yeah.
things. Yeah. Because like I think this is my prediction. I think that he's going to kill Thor halfway through the game.
I also think Thor's going to die quite
Yeah.
early in the game.
And because they have mentioned, I believe, or maybe I've just made this up, but they've mentioned that this will be the end of like
Yeah.
the
Yep.
Nord side of things. Yeah. Um. So I think he'll end up killing Thor. He'll
And
be
then
able
you
to.
get Mjolnir.
You'll get Mjolnir, yeah, as one of your weapons. Um, and then you'll kill Odin. You'll have to
Yeah,
kill Odin.
I see Odin being the big bad
Yeah.
of the game.
Well, he fucking shows up in the first one, and it's just as a big face, and everyone was like, "Who is this?" And it's like it's Odin, you fucking idiots. Who else would it be? Um, I do want to replay. I might actually low-key download that after this and replay one.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to replay it before
Um,
Ragnarok comes out.
and the best thing about it is it comes out so close to my birthday.
Hell
It comes out,
yeah.
I think it's on the 18th of November.
No, I think
Or
it's
maybe even
earlier
earlier
I
than
think
that.
it's the
Yeah.
9th, I want to say.
Yeah, that's right, because Pokemon comes out on the 8th.
Yeah, November 9th.
So yeah, I'm going to be spoiled during November. I'm not sure I'll stream. I'm not sure I'll stream Thor.
The Ragnarok, yeah.
No, not Thor. God of War though. I think
I'm
I'll
not
just.
going to.
I think I'm just gonna play it.
Not the first time I play through it, at least. I might
Yeah.
stream like another run through next year or something.
Yeah,
But
same.
for like
That's what
a
I'm thinking of.
story game like that, I'm not gonna stream the first time I play through it because I won't pay attention to what's actually happening.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the same with me. What else? I'm like scrolling through the what was dropped.
No, there's like some VR2 stuff for State of Play, which
you were quite excited for, right?
I am. I just because Megan got me PlayStation VR for Christmas, however many years ago, but I haven't used it in a long time because like there's not really any games for it.
Yeah.
And I am excited for VR2, but it's just I want to know that they are gonna bring out a lot of games for it, and not just like it's a VR game. You stand in one spot and hit balls. Like the best VR experience I had with the PlayStation VR was Super Hot. I don't know if you've seen Super Hot, but it's like
no, give me a sec.
If you Google it, you'll see a picture, and it might like you'll have either seen that before or you won't have seen it.
Super Hot Crazy Games. Whoa.
What?
Not that.
Just search Super Hot VR.
Yeah. Oh yes, the one where it's like you shoot and when you move,
When you move, everything moves.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
that was the most fun I had with VR.
Did you play RE4 VR?
No, because it's only on Oculus.
Right? Fuck, that's lame. That's lame as.
And I'm not going to spend $800 on Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. Why not?
Because it's getting remade anyway.
Yeah,
not in VR.
That's gonna be my first time playing Resident Evil 4. Is when they put out the remake. I will stream that when it comes out.
Cool.
Because it'll be the first time that I've touched it ever. And I don't know. Every time like I watched you playing, when I was watching you play it, I was like, very cool. In the village, guy has a chainsaw, and then I'd leave and come back, and you're in the middle of Egypt or something like that. It's crazy. There's so much stuff happening always.
It just made me laugh when I was doing that for my 24-hour stream attempt, and Jeff was like, asked me if it was like because I said like it's my favorite game, like it's my favorite Resident Evil 4 game, and Jeff was saying like whenever he came into the stream, I was just going like, fuck, I hate this part. Like, this is my least favorite part of this game. It's like, are you sure you like the game? I'm like, I swear, I do like the game. But to be fair, that had been like 15 hours into a stream of me just sitting in my chair.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, legit, like, I will never commit to a 24-hour stream. Like, unless it was like, let's say, for example, I do the Joker stream, and one of the goals during it is to do, like, if I get a certain amount of subs or something like that, then it'll be, I'll do a 24-hour stream, but it will be like an almost unachievable amount. That'll be like the end all thing. But I'll probably end up doing the Joker stream for. I'm thinking about doing it for 12 hours, but I'm also very aware that sitting in face paint for that long in a room probably isn't going to be fantastic for me, especially when it's all lead based. as well. So we'll see. We'll figure it out.
I'm
I've
sure
got some of
you could wear the costume for part of it. We
yeah.
we would forgive you for taking off some makeup.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like I'll get the costume, have all that stuff, and then throughout I'll start like I won't do it straight away. I'll paint my face on stream at the beginning of the stream, so you guys can see me going absolutely insane. Um,
Yes, and then
just
just get
like
drunk.
I might just get fucking pissed as on stream. Have a gamer moment. Um, I never. I can tell you right now that'll never happen. Uh, cool. I'm having a scroll though through State of Play.
Mm.
The next kind of big one is the Yakuza Ishin
Yep.
spinoff, which is cool. I'll play that for sure. I won't play it on
Apparently,
stream, but I'll play it.
that game came out because it's a remake,
Yes.
and that game only came out in Japan, the original.
Mhm.
And so a lot of people are really excited for the remake because it's coming out
Yes.
everywhere.
I am. I am. I really Like a Dragon is such a good game. Um,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's one of those ones.
on my list.
It's one of those ones that's so like there's so much going on. Like you can do so much. They have created a mini game based entirely around like running a business
Mm.
and and it's, essentially you're running stocks, and I can't wrap my head around it like at all. But you can hire people to work in the office,
Right.
and one of the people that you can hire is a chicken, just like a straight up like chicken. And I'm like, that's epic. So lots of interesting stuff. You can also summon a crawfish to fight with you. It's good stuff. But yeah, that looks quite cool. I'll definitely pick that up when it comes out. The new Harry Potter game that they keep talking about, I think they may have fucked up saying a release date.
I am
To be
so
honest.
not bothered about that game.
Yeah. I think they've hyped it so much that I don't think it's going to deliver how people want it, what people want from it.
Oh, and Tekken 8.
Oh, cool, mate.
How could I forget
Watching
Tekken
that,
8?
watching that, watching that, what's it called? Trailer. I was like, oh man, I'm probably gonna buy it. I'm not gonna do any competitive stuff. I'm just gonna play it as like my game to play, like whenever I want.
Yeah.
But it looks very, very good.
Oh, it looks
It's
sick.
very good. Looks like a lot of fun.
I was watching, I can't remember who, I was watching like a reaction to it and how the chain breaks and turns into the 8. And I'm like, when I watched it, I was like, that's fucking, whoever thought of that? You're a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Like, that's sick. And then this reaction I was watching, they're like, actually, if the chain would have broken, those two links would not be together anymore. So, silly idea to make that the 8. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, who gives a fuck? It's cool.
Yeah, there's this guy, in this video game, that has a man turn into a demon halfway through a fight. The chains, that they break, to create an 8. Couldn't be us. Couldn't be us. A game where you can punch someone and juggle them with more punches. But God forbid there's a 8.
They
in the
dropped the
chain.
ball. They fell off hard with
Yeah,
that
they
8.
fell off. Tekken 8 fell off. There's another one called Pacific Drive. I'm assuming it's a driving game that I don't give a fuck about.
I watched, I think Scott's excited about that, but I was just like, eh.
Mm.
It's like, it seems, they didn't show a whole lot from the trailer, but it's like, from my understanding, it looks like some post-apocalyptic thing where you're driving around in a car and you have to do your car up to like survive the elements and stuff.
So that'd be an interesting concept for a game as like a roguelike. Like you
That would be cool.
drive around to like and you upgrade your car throughout the runs.
Jamie, can we note that down as a
Yeah.
future game idea real quick?
Yeah. Jamie, thank you, love you.
Can we just copyright that real quick as well? No one else can do that ever.
I like the reason that I even bring that up is because I've been playing Risk of Rain, a lot, and it's essentially Returnal, but far more simplistic.
Yeah, a couple of my mates I played Destiny with play it a lot. Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm playing. And
I've seen a lot of clips about it, but I've never given it a go.
it's really good and super easy to pick up, put down, like all that sort of stuff. But I've been playing a bit of that. I'm not very good at it, because there's always just so much shit going on, always, forever. It doesn't stop. So I haven't actually, like, I've gotten to the final boss, but I've never beaten it. But it's not like, dang it. It's more of a, it is what it is, baby. Start again.
We'll get him next time.
Yeah, that's why I like roguelikes, because I don't really care about that sort of stuff too much. Like, if I die, I die. I'm like, oh, dang it. There's something called PlayStation Stars loyalty program. I don't know what that is, but
when that bit came up, I just skipped through it because I was like, I don't really care what this is. So I don't even know too much about what it is. But I saw people commenting like, "Is this just NFTs?" And I was like, "Dear God, please don't let it be." No, I'm sure it's like similar to trophies, but I'm not sure.
So Sony has announced a new reward points program called PlayStation Stars that will allow players to earn points with a real cash value. It's similar to the way that the how you buy things on your Switch, like games on your Switch, you get the coins, and you can use those coins to take money off of purchases that you've done.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be similar to that, or you can use it to buy like icons.
Yeah.
Stuff, yeah.
Okay.
So that's interesting. Singularity. Don't know what that is, but it's Bandai. Let's have a quick look. Very, very anime. Very big tanks in.
The mech
Roblox.
game. Yeah.
So that.
And then there was like a Korean one, Stella something.
Project Eve.
Yeah, so it's got a name now.
Singularity?
No, there's another one.
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade.
Sorry. Yeah, Stellar Blade. Yeah, sorry. So I haven't seen anything about that. Let's have a look. Whoa, very anime. Very anime. Whoa, that dude.
It does look
crazy.
cool.
Yeah. So mate, I don't know. There's a lot of those kinds of games that are coming out, and I like every time I see them, I'm like, that'll be interesting, and then I never pick them up.
Yeah.
I.e., Genshin Impact or whatever it's called.
You do not want to play Genshin Impact.
I downloaded it on my phone and I couldn't figure it out, so I turned it off. And that's the end of that. Yeah, and then the Ronin, Rise of the Ronin.
That, other than God of War and Tekken, that was the one where I'm like, oh, this looks interesting.
It looks very good.
And then he jumps off the thing and has like wings. I'm like, ooh.
Yes. Yeah, like it looks nice. Like actually, like graphically, it looks really good. But it doesn't. It says it's coming out in 2024. So
yeah, it was like a super early reveal.
Yeah. But I also speaking of Rise of the Ronin and Team Ninja, I'm probably going to play Neo after.
Oh yeah, nice.
Because I haven't played. I've played like half of one, or less than half of it. So that'll be interesting. And then apparently 2's quite good. People enjoyed it.
I've only ever played the demo for 1.
Yeah.
That's one where I should probably give it a go.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be my next like stream game that I play through. So that'll be cool. Yeah. So I mean, there was some interesting stuff that they dropped.
What about Nintendo? Other
Yeah,
than like, I only really know that there's the new Zelda game. They are also bringing GoldenEye 64
yeah,
to the store, and it's
yeah.
going to have online play.
So there was there was some pretty cool like that sort of announcement. People were pretty happy about, but a lot of people are like goo goo gaga goo goo gaga about the amount of like Stardew Sims that there are, or like
Have you seen Donkey's
clones.
video?
Um, I think I like clicked it to watch it and then never got around to watching it.
I,
Um,
I watched Donkey's video and I'm like, that's all I need to know. But it's basically like, he's like, oh, what's this game? And then the announcer's like, build your farm. And, and then like every game's like, this farming simulator. And he was just getting so fucking pissed off. And then it
isn't
got
it
to
crazy
Zelda
that
and he was
Donkey's black?
excited. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Like, I remember when I first found him and I was like, this guy's black for sure. This is a black
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And then everyone was like that. And then you see, for the first time you see his face, everyone was like, you're not black. It is crazy how he's just like a nerdy white dude.
Yeah, he just got funny voice. That's it. Classic. So the Nintendo website actually has a pretty clear outline of what's going on. So I'm pretty happy with that. First off,
Mm.
secondly, their top 4 announcements that they talked about was the next Fire Emblem.
Yep, that's
So
right.
Fire Emblem Engage, which I'll never play. So that's fine.
Hello, Mike. Welcome in.
Oh, hello, Mike. Hello. Octopath Traveler, 2. I played 1 and I enjoyed it, but I'm very much into the kind of like early RPG games.
Cool.
Like Chrono Trigger
Mm.
and stuff like that. Yeah. And it reminded me of that. So yeah. The next one is Pikmin 4. I've never played a Pikmin game, but I've watched people play through them on the YouTube. Shouts out Chugga Conroy for that one. And then of course Zelda being their big one and giving the release date, which is actually sooner than I expected them to release it.
It's May, right?
Yeah, 12th of May. Next year. Cool. And then they had some other like headlines. So, would you believe it? Our favorite game that we've never played is getting put onto the Switch. Shouts out! It Takes Two.
Is it a
Getting
cloud
put on the
version
Switch.
or?
It looks like it's. I don't think it's a cloud version.
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
Well, it doesn't say it. Um.
Have you tried any of the cloud version stuff on Switch?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No, because I
No.
saw Resident Evil Village
Yes.
and Resident Evil 2 and 3
Uh,
are all getting cloud versions on the
yes.
Switch, but I've never even tried playing a cloud version of any of those games on Switch.
Yeah, neither have I. If I have brought a cloud version of a game, I didn't realize that it was. So there's that. They talked about Fatal Frame. I have only watched video essays on that game. I haven't played it. Shouts out Ragnaroks.
Hell
Cool
yeah.
dude. Then they're just talking about like an expansion for Xenoblade 3. I've been playing Xenoblade 1 and it's very cheesy, but it's like I felt I just wanted to play like an RPG, like a JRPG, and I was like, this is the most J of all of the RPGs.
Capital JRPG.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. They dropped a couple of.
Were there any Mario games?
They talked about. And so I'm going to say something that may shock and surprise people, but I'm not a huge fan of Mario and Mario games. I also cannot fathom why they've made 3 Mario Rabbids games and why they're now making a 4th. That was
Is
their
that the
Mario
XCOM
announcement.
one?
It's similar to XCOM, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
don't
guess
know.
they must be real popular.
Yeah, they have to be. Otherwise, they wouldn't make so many of them. But I don't know. It just seems. Be a man, play XCOM.
Well, is XCOM on Switch?
I think it is.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
I
say
think it
maybe
is.
that's why they do it because it's not there. Or
Yeah.
I
Then they've
just
got.
sorry, go on. Go on.
No. I don't know why they're doing that. What it is.
I have so
They,
many thoughts and opinions on Nintendo. I could probably do a whole hour-long discussion around Nintendo itself.
Yep. Then we got the classic farming simulator. Splatoon 3
Mm-hmm.
launch. I have not played Splatoon, any of them. But a lot of people really enjoy them. So
I know that's real popular. Yeah.
yeah. Another farming sim, um, called New Fairy Tale Life in Fae Farm. And then this
You
one's
should
called
after this
Full
or when you've got
Possibilities.
time, definitely watch Donkey's video.
Okay, I'll probably just watch it directly after this then. Uh, Ruin Factory 3. I haven't played any of those games, but I've heard pretty good reviews about them. Then they just talked about a bunch of games getting put onto the 64 Nintendo 64 online thing that they do. Um, Another drop for all the Mario Kart maps.
Yep.
An update for or a DLC for Wii Switch. Oh, sorry, not Wii. Nintendo Switch Sports.
Okay.
That's fun. I was playing it with Joe, and he was saying that like you get real like when you're doing it, you're just like, this is funny, and then and then you don't play for a little while, and then you play it again. And like, why did I stop doing this? It's just one of those like
Yeah.
you'll just play because you've got it, Just Dance.
Hell yeah.
Whoo! Season of Death in Harvestella,
Okay.
which I assume is another farming sim. Yep. Bayonetta 3.
Oh,
Getting
there
put
was some
on
Bayonetta
Switch.
stuff. Okay.
Yes. Rain Code, Pertural Rain Code, or whatever. I don't know if that. By the guys who made Danganronpa, Danganronpa. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. Resident Evil,
Yeah.
5, 8. Sorry, 1, 2, 7, and 8. But cloud versions of that. I don't really know how that's gonna go. Tales of Symphonia. Again, I believe it's another farming simulator game. But that's a remake or remaster of that game. So,
Okay.
and then lastly, some DLC for the Kirby game, which is epic. So lots of farming sims. I don't think Nintendo. I feel like there's a lot more. Well, I think they have so many properties that they could do a bunch of stuff with, and the only one that they really put out there was Zelda. So I guess maybe they were just like, oh, we won't do anything purely based off of that, and not well, knowing that that's what we've got at the moment. So who knows?
How? When did the Switch release?
2014.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Uh, Give me a second. Oh, 2017. Fuck, I was way off.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think they are making a new console?
Oh, I think they could be.
there's been no, as far as I'm aware, looking at like gaming news as often as I do, there doesn't seem to be any sort of leaks or discussion around the next Nintendo console.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I guess it's still selling really well, so they don't really have any need to bring out a new console. But
Yeah, and I mean they did just put out, well, and when I say just, I mean like within the last year, I think, or
the
so,
OLED
the
one,
OLED, yeah, OLED or whatever. Um, but it didn't even have what people wanted. It had like, it had the, like, people were like, can you just make it so that the it doesn't shit the bed whenever you connect to the internet? So that when we play like Smash Bros, I'm not getting like a stupid amount of lag, and they're like, no. But here's a slightly bigger screen, and that's legit. All the only difference, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure all of the like system software and stuff is still the same.
yeah. As far as I know, it's not like more powerful or
Yeah,
anything. It was just a bigger screen and a
yeah.
bit better screen.
Mm.
But no, I'm just wondering if, like, because again, like I've said many times, I've never been a massive Nintendo person. But I don't know. I just feel like it's sort of showing its age,
Yes, yeah.
especially now that the PS5 and the Series X are out, and you've got games that
Sure.
look.
'Cause, I mean, usually what happens with that sort of stuff is like when the PS5 or when the PS4 drops, uh, Nintendo were in like their next thing. Hello, our first
Hello,
guest.
doggy.
What do you have to say? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I see, I see.
Stop pissing
You
on the floor.
you are a puppy. Who's this? Gonna get your balls cut later.
Today.
See ya. By me. Because that's where all the peers stored, so naturally I need to get rid of that,
Oh, of
right?
course.
Guess your mum. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I mean, like, I think you're 100% correct. It's showing its age. Um,
But I mean, Nintendo have never been like trying to compete
the
graphically.
hallmark. Yeah,
They're always like just doing their own thing because they make enough money and sell enough consoles doing it anyway.
yeah,
Except for the Wii U, which it seems like no one talks about anyway.
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the actual issue with the Wii U was.
Neither do
I
I,
didn't own the
honestly.
Wii
No.
when I was younger, so I don't know. We hired one out a couple of times, and I threw the remote at the TV once
I've got a
out of
Wii.
frustration. No, it was a bloody doing a hard bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Megan's Wii is in the cupboard. We don't use it, but
Mm.
oh well.
Um, do a Wii shrink.
I could actually do that, but I've never
Yeah.
played one before other than bowling.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we only played Wii Sports as well, and then Wii
Mm.
Sports Resort. Those were like, it was really funny. I remember this is like a childhood unlock memory. I remember going to my mum's friend, so we call her auntie, but she's like mum's friend. Would go to their place, every now and then, and would play. They had like this huge, like genuinely massive backyard. And would be like, cool, let's play like hide and seek, or let's play like spotlight or something. And the way that you would let, like, the amount of time that you'd let them play is like one game of like one of the Wii Sports games. So like you'd play tennis. You'd be like, yep, cool, tennis. And and then once you beat them, that's when you could go and find go seek. But that was like a very odd memory to just kind of like blow up as soon as I was like, huh, I remember that. So that's my interactions with fucking, what's it called, with the Wii's.
With the Wii's.
With the Wii's. Um
What else?
What about would it be
Well, I bought some stuff.
Oh
A
yeah,
couple of things.
yeah, you did. You did.
This morning I bought this.
What's up, Matt? Ooh. Speaking of The Last of Us, Matt, can I get The Last of Us 2 off you? At some point in the future, I do want to replay that too.
So this will be the third time I have purchased this game. I bought it on PS3. I bought the remaster on PS4.
Yeah.
And now I've bought the remake. Because I know a lot of people are like not happy with this. Because a lot of people are saying like it doesn't need a remake. But I was watching a lot of videos, and have you seen like videos of this side by side?
Yeah, it looks great.
It's insane.
It genuinely looks like it looks like a game that could have been released just for the PS5.
Yeah.
You know.
So I didn't play that, and I also bought Captain Levi.
Ooh, Eren the Jaeger.
So I'm going to take Captain Levi out of the box.
Oh, a very epic gamer.
That's what I got.
Nice.
I'm still undecided on whether I'm gonna stream The Last of Us or if I'm just gonna play it off stream. Because I do want to play through both of them again.
Yeah.
But whether or not I do it on stream is a different story.
Nice.
But yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise,
well, I mean, it's a little bit different. Like when we were talking about like Thor. No, why I keep saying fucking Thor?
Because it's Ragnarok.
War. Yeah, yeah.
Ragnarok is getting you all sorts of confused.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen in that game, so I'm very much shouts out Mark Giffey.
Giffey.
Oh
no. Does he have any of the emotes you?
No. So there is one. So
has he not made one that's
Mark, you? The one that Mark put in of and that's Satahi Yuck. And it's Hugh throwing up.
Mm-hmm.
That was Hugh was like, because we've talked about it, but I've done. We call it fellas. And that's when you go tack yak and you video it and you send it to everyone.
Yeah.
And they've got one of me, and it's like the most just disgusting tack yak I've ever done. And he's like, I want to make that an emote, but I just haven't got around to it yet. So yeah, it's pretty.
And then
funny.
you can make it one of your emotes as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Tahi. Yuck!
Just being followed by a Suzuki Swift Sport, my favorite motor vehicle.
Hell yeah. That's because Matt drives a Suzuki Swift Sport.
Hell yeah.
Only hotties drive Swifts. Hence why I'm going to buy one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll probably end up buying one before the end of the year, hopefully.
Wait, no, like you're not jesting?
I'm not jesting. Or something of a similar vein. To be honest, I just need a tiny car. A little baby car. To go to the supermarket.
Have you got your license?
I also need to get my license.
You should probably do that one first.
But yeah, I'll get around to it at some point. Mark's saying that's cat. That's also the cool shirts hat. The one that's got a really long thing.
Yeah.
And it's about fishing. I want to buy a hat.
You have 3 months to do both of those things.
Yeah, I mean that's doable. I think. I mean the license is 100% doable.
I was going to say generally though, I don't know what it's like at the moment, but generally there's been a pretty big backlog of people trying to get their driver's license.
Well, I only need my learners, which is just a test.
Well, you haven't even got that?
No,
How are you why are you going to get a car then?
because I need one.
Wait, does Liz drive?
No.
Does she have her license?
No.
Hell yeah.
Which hence why I need to get one. She's
What, so
scared.
you'll get your learners, get a car, and then just be a rebel and drive without a supervisor?
For a while, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'll get
Wait, how far is the supermarket from your house?
within walking distance, but it'll just be nice to have a car.
Oh, like 100%.
Like it's not something that we need, but like I was talking to Jeff about it, and he's like, it's absolutely something you don't need, but as soon as you get one, you'll be like, how the fuck?
How did I
this?
not do this
Yeah.
when I was 15?
So that's the goal. That's the end goal for me.
Yep.
But we also, so as and I were talking about like what we want for Christmas and everything. Sorry, there's like this one bug.
You just
flying
fucking
around.
chuck a dance move in there.
No, it's like one bug, but like every time I go to grab it, because it's so small, like the movement of my hand like pushes it, like because of the wind that I'm creating.
It's just so strong.
Yeah, I'm literally like, but we were talking about what we want for Christmas. And at first, I was like, I don't want anything because I don't generally want anything, ever. But I would like. What was that?
Ever.
But I would like, a bigger bed. Because I've now got 2 small children.
That's a bit of a cop out though, because that's a gift for both of you.
Yeah, well, we decided.
No, sorry. Why would you be sleeping in the same bed? Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was thinking. We were then thinking because she doesn't really want anything either.
Why is she not?
we were then
Is she not happy with her little box in the corner?
No, well, look, she gets to come in the bed when she accepts what she's done, and she still hasn't. So
Right.
So I sleep in the bed with 2 small dogs who take up a large amount of room, and so I was like, it'd be nice, a big bed.
It'd be cheaper.
What?
Getting the 2
rid of the
dogs'
dogs?
beds? That'd be so much cheaper. Just say.
Well, it's not my choice. It's basically their house at this point. So we're fucking just doing that. So yeah, so I think we'll end up getting a bed for, like, instead of getting each other a gift, we'll just both go in and get a new bed.
Right.
Even though like our current bed is like 2 years old, I think. It's just too small. Too small. Plus, I want to be as far away from as possible when in bed, because we cannot touch
No.
at all until the marriage has happened. And I'm going to be real. It's
no plans.
No, absolutely zero plans.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna go
get a house first.
Yeah. We're gonna go through that whole thing. The fact
get your Suzuki Swift Sport first.
Look at that. I don't know if I can handle a sport, to be honest.
Nah, just get an EV hybrid.
Yeah. Get a fucking Subaru. Get an Impreza.
I can see you driving down the road in a fucking Commodore V8.
Fucking Ford Falcon?
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Mum had a Ford Falcon. And when people called up work to be like, oh yeah, I want to insure my Ford Falcon, it's a collector's item now. I was like, bruh, my mum drives that. My mum drives those around.
She's got multiple.
Yeah, well, the first car was a Falcon, and then the second one that they got was also a Falcon, but like a higher year. But the first one still worked fine, so they had 2 for a while.
Gotcha.
What does Levi look like? Have you seen those? Have you seen those?
I don't know if like. Oh, shit. He's. I don't know if it's meant to be this way, but I'm sure it is. But he's very small. And
he is very small.
yeah, and
right?
that's the thing. Like, you can't really tell from here. But if I get like,
Goku.
if I get Gojo, like if I get Gojo, and I put Gojo there,
Yeah.
and then you put Levi next to him, he's like a child.
He's like a little baby boy. What's your guys' pro
Shit.
wrestling Mount Rushmore? Fuck, that's a good question. Did you watch wrestling?
Oh hell yeah! When I was growing up, 100%.
So Mark and Hugh, they're brothers. And he asked me last weekend if we were doing a podcast on Saturday, and I was like, "Oh no, Vic's away." And he's like, "Get me on there, and I'll talk about wrestling the whole time." And so I think this is him being like,
How
"Stop talking
many?
about wrestling."
How many people are on Mount Rushmore? How many people do I need to pick?
4.
4?
4.
Mine.
Top 4. Yep.
Sting.
Mm-hmm. Fuck, that's a good choice. That's such a good choice.
Fuck, 3 more.
Mm.
Sting. Undertaker.
Yep.
Stone Cold.
Yep.
And who would my last one be? I would definitely have Sting as like the whoever the most important one is on Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Yeah, Sting, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and fuck, who would number 4 be? There's a lot of names running through my head. I just need to land on one.
Yeah. I think I've got mine.
I will go with. Imagine if I said Chris Benoit.
He's on mine.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel as bad if I said Chris Benoit then. He was a good wrestler.
I
heard he was a really good family man too.
Yeah, he was a good dad, from what I heard.
Nah, Sting, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and probably Eddie Guerrero.
Oh fuck, that is such a good pick. Holy shit. I like as a wrestler, Chris Benoit was great.
Yeah, 100%.
In terms of my Mount Rushmore, I'd say Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho.
Nice, yes.
Fuck
yeah, Jericho.
Yeah, Chris Jericho. I think Eddie would be up there for me as well. Eddie Guerrero. Bobby Lashley.
Really?
Yeah. I was a real big fan of Bobby Lashley when he was like wrestling. I unfortunately wasn't watching wrestling when it was like peak
like
Steve
WWF
Austin and yeah. We didn't start watching it until like it must have been like 2000, like maybe 2000
when it was already WWE.
And
it was like Raw and SmackDown and
yeah, it was Raw and SmackDown, and like John Cena was like at his like peak. Yeah.
Because we didn't have Sky growing up, but
neither.
My nana and granddad did.
Yeah.
And so I have very vivid memories of being at their place and watching like I think WCW ended. Let me check. WCW.
What's yours, Mark? While we're doing that.
It ended in 2001. Maybe I did watch WCW, but I have very vivid memories of WWF and like Sting. My whole life has been my favorite wrestler. Like I fucking love Sting.
Yep. Rey Mysterio has been my favorite.
Mm.
So Makes sense. Do you know he killed a man?
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, doing 619.
That doesn't surprise me. I feel
Yeah.
like I did know that.
Yeah. He it was a full on accident. Like absolutely wasn't meant to happen, but I'm pretty sure he snapped his neck.
Damn.
Broke his neck. Yeah. Ray, Stone Cold, Cena, Undertaker. That's a
That's
good
a
one
very
as
good
well.
4 as well.
Yeah. Have you listened to Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's he went on Hot Ones and was talking about all his wrestling, and fuck man, when he was going through it.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley is a very good pick.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I think it was just he was one fucking massive, a huge dude. And when they did use him the way that he was meant to be used, he was able to he could carry a show pretty heavily. But I don't know why he stopped wrestling. Wrestlers love
A tall ass
tail.
tail. Yeah.
But yeah, that what's his name? Fucking Stone Cold's podcast is great.
Yeah.
But when he was on Hot Ones, I was like, holy shit, man. He just a whole nother respect for him when he was talking about what he had done throughout his entire career and all that sort of stuff. I was like, man, you're fucking cool. You're so cool. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. What else? What else are we doing?
I haven't even. That's a very good question.
Yeah. I want to do
I haven't I'm subscribed to the WWE YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So every now and then I'll see clips, and then also what's the other one? AEW?
AEW, the Japanese one? No,
maybe it's not AEW. There's
AEW,
another one where Sting
AEW is another wrestling federation as well.
Yeah.
So.
There's another one where Sting is still part of it, because I know he went back to WWE for a bit, but then he left again. Maybe it is AEW. Yeah, because CM Punk was there. Yeah, that's right. Remember when CM Punk tried to be in the UFC?
Yeah, and he got his ass fucking handed to him.
Thank you so much.
What the follow?
Follow Mark Giffey. Funny because Giffey.
Funny because Giffey means something in Samoan. Why are you dancing in the doorway? Don't stop. Keep it going.
Don't stop. Do it.
Look at Levi. He's so small. He's a little baby.
Have you seen those? Have you seen those figurines that have been floating around? They're really fucking expensive, but it's characters fully naked, and you can trade out their dongs.
Yeah. There was a few weeks ago, and me and Caitlin and Eli were on Discord, and we went to the website, and we were just looking at all the stuff. You can get Pikachu as all sorts of different other characters as well.
What do you mean, his face on?
I'll see if I can find it. No, you can get Pikachu dressed it's Pikachu.
So wearing the Survey Corp stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But it's Pikachu.
Yeah, it's kind of epic. Apparently, the one with the CMBs, that you can interchange out whenever you feel they're really, really good quality. To the point where people are can you make them without the penis? and just keep it normal, and I'll buy it.
It's we are animecollectors.com.
We are animecollectors.com.
They have, obviously, they've got some really not safe for work stuff, but they also have some fucking awesome, just figurines as well.
Yep.
Dream stuff, but they're so expensive. They're $1,500.
There's this one, like those really fucking massive ones that look
Yeah.
so cool. It like if I became like a big Twitch streamer, like and I
Not
earned a
if.
shit ton of
Not
money.
if.
Oh, sorry, when?
Yes. Growth mindset.
Yes, all up here.
Yep.
We're not fixed mindset, we're growth mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I'd buy those fucking massive as ones, the ones that
Like
come in
fucking.
like crates,
I'll
like
pop it in the
humongous
chat.
crates.
That one there.
Enemy. Oh yes, yeah, that's so fucking sick. Man, we're big old fucking nerds, aren't we? There's this really fucking cool one of All Might punching the shit out of a Nomu,
Mm.
which I want to get.
Yeah, I was trying to find some figures today, but I only found Levi, and then
Yeah.
I want some My Hero ones, but they had All for One, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
want an Endeavor figure.
I want to get a fucking Small Might one. I want to get a All Might when he's tiny. But with the one big arm when he punches.
Yeah.
Out. Yeah. I want to get that tattoo. I want to get a tattoo of that, but I can't find like. Every time I try to explain it to my tattoo artist, she's like, "Ah, I like the idea, but I don't. That's not her like specialty. So I don't think she'd be able to.
There's a few like anime
There's one around
specialized.
the corner from our house.
I was gonna
legit,
say there is one.
Yeah.
In your area.
Yeah. So I might knock on the door one day and be like, "Hey, what's the haps about this?" But I want to get it in like a comic panel kind of.
Yeah.
And like the thing, but I want it inside the comic panel. But I want when he's got his big fist, big arm,
Like coming out of the panel.
Coming out of it. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, and I'm using my hands to describe things, and I don't think it.
I know
really
what you
makes
mean.
any sense, but yes.
And I'm sure they'll know what you mean as well.
Yeah. What else is there? What else has been going on? Have you read any of My Hero? What's happened recently? Okay.
Did the last season, was that this year or last year?
Either the beginning of this year. Is that the one? Just remind me. Was the end of the last season?
It was like my Villain Academia.
Yes. There was also like another couple of episodes where they were setting up to do the show or whatever.
Yes, that sounds
and Deku
familiar.
fights the dude who can create like plates. Like
yeah,
okay. So that's the last thing I remember watching. Let's go to definitely a site that is legal. Blockade Battlefront. Oh, that show's cool. That show was cool. My Hero Academic. I actually could probably need to rewatch the movie as well.
Yeah, I still haven't seen any of them. And I still
World-
need to find fucking the Dragon Ball movie as well.
Yeah, same. I need to do that too. Episode season 5. What episode? Just watching the just clicking on the last thing. I think so. I want to see ads. Yeah, it's basically them just doing their hero shit. But yeah, I am looking forward to what they are doing. But the manga is way further ahead than the anime is, obviously.
Yeah, because my sister, I'm not sure if she's still reading it, but she read the manga.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's still reading it. It's like the only manga she reads.
Yeah.
But now, ever since I caught up on Berserk, it's kind of just like I started Chainsaw Man and got a few issues in, but I just haven't gone back to it. But yeah.
I want to watch. I want to. Ooh, Hello?
You're back.
Hello? Ah, nice. I want to rewatch. No, I want to read Chainsaw Man again. Or past the first copy, the first like chapter, I guess is what you call it.
Mm.
For when the anime comes out. But I reckon the anime is gonna be fucking dope. I reckon
Yeah.
it's gonna be really, really well done. Because Mappa are the
I
guys
just
animating it, right?
yeah, and it fucking annoys me that they're taking on so many things because I'm like,
Yeah.
can you just do fucking um? Oh, I'm blanking so hard.
Are you hungover as well?
Maybe. What is fucking? Where's Gojo from? I'm looking at him.
Fuck.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I'll put him. I'll put him here so you can look at him too. What anime is he from?
In my brain, it keeps saying Demon Slayer, but it's not Demon
No,
Slayer.
it is.
Uh,
Why I keep wanting to say Shingeki no. That's Attack on Titan. He is from. Fuck, this is bad.
Hero Demon Slayer.
Pokeball Z.
Pokeball.
I'm just gonna.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
There we go. I want another season of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, same.
But to be fair, I can't speak too much because I haven't been keeping up with a lot of stuff. I also kind of want to watch Spy Family.
I've heard good things about that. I don't know. I haven't watched any of it, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I've watched one episode of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of anime that I have had on my list of things to watch. Like Hunter x Hunter is one that I really need to get into at some point.
I would say Hunter x Hunter is probably my favorite anime.
Mm.
And they created one of the coolest characters in it, and he's like barely in it. He like a lot of the characters in it are super cool. And I feel like they'll do a really good job. Because that, obviously the mangaka has started writing again.
It's so bad that I forgot the name of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mate,
I've got a fucking huge Gojo behind me. My follow alert is best friendos.
thank you so much. Best of
Anyway.
friendos.
The mangaka is writing again.
Yeah, and I reckon they'll probably focus in a bit more on those characters that they didn't get to focus in on. Like Liario is one of the coolest characters I've seen in. Like he's one of my favorite characters in anime, and he's in the beginning of it, and he punches out someone at the end of it as well, and I'm like, epic gamer. You are a doctor. But yeah, I think you should definitely try and get into that when you get the chance.
It's one of the many anime I have watched 4 or 5 episodes of and then just stopped.
Yeah.
But it is definitely the highest in terms of ones that I know I should watch because it's one I've heard really good things about.
Also, the way that they do power scaling in that is the best power scaling I've seen in like any anime. Like like it's extreme, get her stronger. Like there's like people have like the innate ability under them in them called Nen, and then the Nen focuses in on 8 different areas how you would transmute your power. So like some people like Gon, for example, he gets like his is basically a strength increase. Like he can increase his strength. But the way that Nen works is you have to be able to sacrifice something in return for that power.
Right.
So it's like it's a real give and take thing. And you also with Nen comes like another power. I think it's Ren. I think that's what they call it. And that's like the innate ability to step up to someone, like to actually step them out. So when a character has a really high, like, is really strong, their Ren shows. And if you don't have control over your Nen, you can't approach them. Basically, you can't do anything. So, I was like, very epic. That's a really, it's like a very good way of creating a character that can't, like, in terms of storytelling, you've basically got a failsafe for a lot of characters that you don't want to get rid of just yet, but you also don't want to show true all of the cards as well. So yeah, I will highly suggest it. What other stuff that I feel like I need to? There's a few things that I need to watch as well. Like Family is one of them. I know I've heard really good things. I'm not gonna watch Boruto.
I've heard Boruto's not good either.
Yeah. But I do want to finish, or not finish because I have finished it. Rewatch Naruto, like Shippuden. 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 That's it. That's the one. And I because I remember a lot up to like a certain point, and then I think whenever I watched it back in Wellington, I was like shit faced, like coming home and watching it, so I don't remember a lot. Or like coming home from work at like 5 o'clock in the morning and watching 40 episodes of an anime, or like falling asleep while they played. So I remember up until the point where, shouts out, spoiler alert for epic show, when Jiraiya dies. That's what I'll watch from. I'll be like, cool, I remember this happening. We'll go from there.
One day I will watch Naruto.
Yeah, it's good though. I enjoyed it. I just, you know, it does what every anime does, and just keeps giving them power ups. To make him a strong boy.
Looking at you, Dragon Ball.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got, like, now that I've like said it out loud, I was like, fuck, I actually have a few that I probably should watch. Like, I definitely need to watch Dragon Ball. The movie. I want to rewatch Super. But I kind of just want to watch the Universal tournaments more than anything.
Yeah.
Because I like that he get white, gray.
I just remember when he grinds that I fucking lost my shit.
Watching that on Facebook on my phone at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning when it got released here, I was like, and I met Suzuki Swift. I would message him after watching every episode and be like, "Did you see that? Did you see this?" And I'm pretty sure I screenshotted the grind because it was on my phone, and I sent it to him. And it was like, epic. This was epic.
It was that fight with Kefla was fucking so sick. And then the other really sick part I liked was when Trunks just fucking cuts old mate in half.
Not in Super, you mean
in Super? No, he. Oh, does he cut him in half? Well, when Trunks is fighting.
No, sorry, it's that it's Super, but it's the like other universe.
But yeah.
Stop! This guy isn't black. This man is not black.
It wasn't bad because it wasn't in English. Okay, it was just a subtitle that said that.
Yeah, who is it? It's Kai and it's Goku, right?
It's Goku. It's Goku Black when he's Super Saiyan with the pink hair.
Yes.
And he fuses with the Kai. I can't remember the Kai's name. And then Trunks just fucks him up.
Trunks is fucking so cool.
Trunks is the fucking man.
Out of all of the goats that are in Dragon Ball Z, who's your favorite character? And then who's your favorite non-Saiyan character?
I need time for this.
Don't have it. No, I'm kidding.
No, my favorite character in Dragon Ball is Gohan, 100%.
Yep.
As for non-Saiyan,
Thank you so much.
Ooh.
Tyler, thank you for the follow. As for non-Saiyan, is it a cop out if I just say Piccolo?
No, not at all.
I still feel like it's a cop out by just saying Piccolo.
Yeah, I think it's like if I were to turn around to you, I think maybe if I posed that question differently, you wouldn't be able to pick Piccolo, but I would say like out of the
Like the not main
the
fighters,
main guys, yeah,
because then it would be Yamcha.
yeah,
No, fuck. That's hard.
yeah.
Do you have one?
Well, Trunks is my favorite Saiyan.
Yeah.
But teen Trunks, not young Trunks.
Yeah.
And my favorite non-Saiyan character, or like.
I
of
do
their
like
caliber.
Whis.
Yeah, Whis is pretty cool. I quite like
Does Videl do anything in Super? Not really, eh?
No, she's pregnant with Pan.
Yeah.
I think it might be Cell.
Oh, fuck.
I quite like Cell. I prefer Cell over Frieza, but that's because I remember when I was younger and I was like, Frieza is annoying. He's really annoying.
Cell is 100% my favorite villain.
When he goes and eats Android 18, I was like, scary. Don't like this. And then as a child watching that, that freaked me out. And then as a adult, when I watched it again, I was like, that's very cool. And the way that you power up was that you needed to absorb them. Very good, very, very good. But yeah, I'd say Cell, and Trunks.
Yeah, and like bringing up the androids is good because not so much. Yeah, Super 17 from GT is sick.
Yeah.
But you know, it's I honestly can't think of anyone outside of like Piccolo.
Yeah, Piccolo's great as well, and he gets power up in fucking the new movie too.
I really want to watch that. I really want to fucking watch that.
Yeah,
He turns orange. Does he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he turns orange. Or they call it. That's the name of the power up.
Orange Piccolo.
Piccolo Orange, and I think Gohan's power up is called Beast. Beast mode. He's about to go beast mode.
There's no fucking way it's beast mode.
I'm pretty sure it's called that, unless I've read a meme. I may have read a meme. Dragon Ball movie. What?
I mean, if it is beast mode, then that's fine. But it's just a interesting choice.
Yeah.
I'm searching Gohan beast mode. Who knows what I'm gonna find?
Gohan beast mode. No, you're gonna find a whole bunch of
oh, he fucking looks sick. I'm not even joking. It's
Gohan beast mode.
No, it's Gohan Beast is like the name, but he's so and he's in the fucking Namek clothes as well.
Yeah,
Fuck.
he actually looks so. he looks so cool, but it also looks like what they would have done, like when you.
Oh,
when
what
Google,
what your mate drew in fucking primary school.
Like legit, it kind of looks like, and this is what you would call. I was like, I just drew this new form for Gohan. It's Gohan Beast. Like that's legit what it looks like.
Did you guys see the new Gohan Evolution Beast? He's got big grey hair and purple lightning.
He is epic.
I swear to God, I found like it's like people printed out stuff at school and just like scattered them around the playground. Because I have like a very vivid memory of finding a piece of paper on the ground, picking it up, and it was like Super Saiyan 12 Goku. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, I've just discovered a secret. He's got a green tail.
They flew over. Toriyama flew over Gizman and dropped it.
And I'm like, oh my
Specifically for you.
holy shit. Like,
My favorite.
he's only
was,
just
like,
hit 3 and there's already plans here for 12.
Super Saiyan, like Googling like the pictures of people like talking about being Super Saiyan and stuff, and it's like all that was happening was they were getting musclier and
And the hair was getting longer. That's it.
So
and then
sick.
there'd just be like random bits of hair on them. Like he'd have
Yeah.
like chest hair, but like really thick chest hair and shit. Because I feel like that 100% was what GT caused, was people to just be like, oh, they just get hairier.
Yeah.
No lie though, Super Saiyan 4 is fucking sick.
Super Saiyan 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it's a shame that none of that's canon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I also recall watching a little bit of GT. I didn't watch all of it.
I watched all of it.
Didn't they say, because GT picks up, so GT picks up at the after the finale on
Yeah,
Dragon
it's
Ball Z,
not
right?
long after Z finishes because it's still got Oob.
Yes, yeah, because the whole point is him training Oob, right? Yeah.
And then they find Garlic.
They find Garlic, they find
And then
Baby.
Yeah, and then they wish Goku to be a kid again.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And he gets like the dragon punch or whatever, is that right?
I can't remember that, but
Yeah, I don't know. And then he, at the end of it, he absorbs into the Dragon Balls, right?
I think
And
so.
becomes and flies away as Shinron.
Yeah.
With Shinron.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh man, so cool. Dragon Ball Z is epic. Dragon Ball Z is epic. Cool. How long are we going for?
Well, we're coming up to when we would usually wrap up. So, do you have any recommendations?
Yeah. What have I watched recently? I would like to recommend The Bear.
Yep.
It is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'd highly suggest it. I haven't watched anything on YouTube that has made me be like, oh man, I should have this as like my thing. Because every now and then I'll be scrolling through YouTube or whatever. Oh, you know what? One of the people that I would recommend on the internet is Super Mega. I'll check their link in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost at 1 million followers, and I reckon 1 million subscribers, and I reckon they'll do something funny when they get the 1 million subscribers.
Hell yeah!
So keep an eye on that. That's mine, Beer, and go subscribe to Super Mega.
Mine, I'm going to put mine in chat, and I need to put it in my Discord as well. It is a 2.5 hour long essay video sort of thing on, like, the title of the video is Why I Haven't Played Hades, and I haven't finished the video yet, but he does talk a bit about Hades, but it's mainly around Greek misrepresentation in media. It's very fucking interesting.
Okay,
and
I that is just bumped to the top of my list of things to watch.
It's a guy. He's Canadian, like he's born in Quebec, so he's a very mixed race dude. He is Greek himself, like his culture is Greek.
Yeah, and
the video talks a lot about not just Hades, but how Greek mythology in itself has been misrepresented a lot. Like how in movies and stuff, Greek gods are always just white English people. Yeah. And how he talks about how if you look at Greek people, like their color is all over the place, their skin color.
Yep.
Like you get white people, brown people, black people, blah blah blah. And he talks about how there's just this massive misrepresentation, and how I'm about halfway through, just over halfway, and he's talking about Hades at the moment where I am, and in no way has it changed my thoughts on Hades as being like a fantastic game, but it does raise a really good point about how he talks about how Supergiant they did what they thought was a really cool thing by making all of the gods look different. Like there's some gods who are black, some who are white, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's still they're all voiced by white people.
Yeah.
And how that's still a very common thing in games where like they'll say that stuff is about diversity, so they'll just make a character a different skin color, but that character is still voiced by a white dude. And he talked about Infamous Second Son and how Delson is Native American, but he's still voiced by Troy Baker.
Yeah, and even his, I think his brother, the cop, is voiced by the dude who plays Jerry in fucking what's it, Rick and Morty. That's
Rick and Morty.
So
yeah.
That's a really interesting thing. What I'll watch. I'm gonna watch this because love me a fucking good video essay.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday next week we
can talk about it.
Deep dive it. Yeah.
But I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to put it in Discord as well because
nice.
One of Caitlin and Eli's mates posted it in their Discord, and I saw it pop up while I was in Raro, and then I opened it, saw it was 2.5 hours, and quickly closed it before it used all my fucking data. Yep. And then I was like, I need to watch this when I get back, and that was like one of the first things I did when I got back last week was start watching it, and it's really good. Again, it hasn't changed my thoughts on Hades as a game. Like, I still really think Hades is an awesome game. But it has sort of opened my eyes, because while I was in Raro, I have been reading, I haven't finished it yet, I've been reading Mythos. It's a book by Stephen Fry, and it's about, like, the Greek gods and stuff. Uh-huh. And how, watching this video, he talks about the whitewashing of Greek gods, and it made me like sort of realize that every time I'm reading about these Greek gods, I'm picturing them in my head as like white people.
Yeah.
And so it's just very interesting.
Interesting.
It's a long video, 2 hours 20 minutes, but I've been watching it in bits and pieces over the last week. I'm probably going to try finish it off this weekend.
Fry wrote this. Have you got a physical copy of it?
Yeah, when I finish it, if you want to give it a read, I can.
I'd love it. I'd love to, man.
It's really interesting.
Because I read a lot of I read just talking about gods and that kind of representation. I started reading the book. Oh, damn, sorry. Give me one sec. Just
right.
Human. And he also writes a lot about like the Norse mythology and stuff like that.
Is it Neil Gaiman's one?
Yes.
Yeah, I read that last year. The Norse one.
Fuck, what's it called?
I've got that somewhere.
American Gods. Oh,
I haven't read that.
The show is really, really well done. I really enjoy it. And that actually does have quite a good, like, wide range of representation, except for the new gods that they're putting out. They're all fucking white, except for maybe one, and like, it's just I totally get that. I can get behind that.
Because
I'm definitely gonna watch that video.
The video, it's just really, it's good because he's talking like yes, diversity is important, and it's still good that they're trying to be diverse, but at the same time, like the way he put it is like, because I was thinking of it like with Māori mythology, like if there were Māori gods, but then they were in a game, but then they were white, or they were of all sorts of different nationalities. It's like, no, they should be Māori. And it's the same for Greek. It's like, yeah, it's cool that there's different colored gods, but it's Greek mythology. They should be Greek.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Talking about that kind of stuff, like like Māori gods and stuff. I think that was where I because obviously being half Māori, and like being white naturally makes me like in that weird kind of I am this, but to what degree? And one of the things that really frustrated me with Jason Momoa was when he was talking about how they were this warrior race. They would hunt down and kill, all that sort of stuff. And it's like, no, like it's not like you're making them sound like savages when they weren't. They were doing things the way that they did things because it was how they survived.
Yeah.
It's not I don't know. It seemed very what's the word? Wait, how do I word this? It's when someone is like saying words for the sake of like making them sound epic, but they're not. It's not meant to be that, and it actually harms a lot more than it helps.
I know what you mean, though. Yeah. He is a very big public
sphere
figure
as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying,
Mhm.
But yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting watch. I'm going to put have a look at Super Mega, all good. But I'm also going to put this guy in as well. He doesn't do a lot of videos. But he's the one who I talked about making 2 Witcher videos.
Yep.
For Scott when he talked about wanting to play The Witcher. Fucking very, very good. Very, very good YouTuber. Does some really high quality stuff. But he when it came to the Witcher ones, he hasn't done 3 yet because 1 and 2 broke him as a man. so he hasn't done it yet. It was really funny. He had posted these, and these were the only 2 the last 2 videos 2 years ago, and then Elden Ring came out, and the first thing he says in the Elden Ring video is Elden Ring is when you play as Witcher Geralt doing that, like he knows that he should probably put it out. But the Witcher video, he makes some really valid points. Oh, sorry, not the Witcher, the Elden Ring video in particular. He makes some really good points around. Yes, it's very good, but there's a lot of like things that they could have done to make it a little bit more.
Yeah, I just opened up his channel and I am about halfway through the Elden Ring video.
Yeah. It's funny. I'll occasionally rewatch the Witcher ones and like full. I'll just like be playing video games and I'll just put it on in the background and rewatch the entirety of it. Cool. I could keep suggesting channels, but I think we'll
save some for next week
so that I've got something. Yeah. All right. That's gonna be me.
Yeah, that's us. That's us.
We will be back next week, like we mentioned, and then we'll go back into the 2-week period as we usually do.
Mm-hmm.
I can also, if you haven't already, look at this YouTube channel. 1 second. Bit a mod pack, yeah, that one. Have a look at this YouTube channel. It's kind of epic.
Pretty epic.
One of our videos hit 100 views.
Can you believe
Which is crazy. Like, so looking at it, it's like 32 for our first one, 16 for our second one, 21 for our third one, an abysmal 8 for our fourth. Fifth is not doing too bad at 45, 47 even, but 100 fucking views. Woo!
I need to put us in the thumbnail more often.
Yeah, fuck, too right. That's fine. Just like looking at all the thumbnails, fuck, they're good, man. The one with Joe Rogan in the ice, so good. Holy, mean, awesome. Well, that's gonna be us. Follow
Yes.
everyone. Do all good stuff.
Is there anyone streaming that I could put in? Isn't this still streaming?
Nesta's still streaming.
She's still streaming. I'll send a raid and then that'll be us. Miss Triggers.
Dogs barking. Dogs barking.
We've got one
Oh.
viewer. Hell yeah.
Let's go, baby. Cool. We'll upload this on YouTube as well, so that you guys can watch it. A lot of people didn't realize when I told them that we did the podcast yesterday, Vic, that we uploaded shit, all of it on YouTube. They thought that it was like, if I've missed it, that's it. So I think we'll probably get a few more people watching our stuff. Seeing that we got 100 views. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. But yeah,
Cool.
that's us.
Yeah, that's us.
I'm going to send the raid now. Look after yourselves. I am Vak.
I am Marcus.
Goodbye. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Farewell. Or I'm clicking raid now. I better open
Epic
up.
Gamers.
This is
Oh,
stream.
11 months?
Mini raid. Raid.
I went to Justin's place for